In the headlines, President Buhari convenes emergency security meeting as opposition senators threaten impeachment. African Democratic Congress presidential candidate unveils Ahmed Buhari as running mate for 2023 election. Naira falls 34% to 710 Naira as Senate summons CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele. And on the foreign scene, UK security advisor warns of nuclear war risk amid communication breakdown. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Ibrahim Yusuf. Hello and welcome once again. Now, hours after senators threatened to impeach President Muhammadu Buhari if the current security situation did not improve, the president summoned an emergency meeting of the National Security Council for Thursday. Now, this comes after opposition lawmakers in the Senate issued a 6-week ultimatum to President Muhammadu Buhari to fix the security challenges in the country or face impeachment. The report.
Senator Aduda had attempted to move a motion to present an agreed ultimatum to President Buhari, but Senate President Ahmed Lawan ruled him out of order. The caucus said the impeachment issue was raised during a 2-hour closed-door meeting, but the Senate President was unwilling to allow the matter to be tabled at plenary despite their agreement.
We went into a closed session to discuss issues as they relate to security in this country, especially the happenings in Abuja and happenings all over the country. And we agreed that the primary responsibility of government is the protection of lives and property of citizens. And for us, the minority caucus in the Senate, we also took into cognizance the fact that the Senate had at various levels, at various times, convened various security meetings, various security issues were discussed, and we did recommend to government various steps and measures aimed at curbing these issues of insecurity. We realized that even Abuja that we are in is no more safe, and all of you will agree with us.
Aduda, who represents the Federal Capital Territory in the upper legislative chamber, raised the alarm that despite several resolutions reached by the National Assembly on the state of the nation on different occasions, the president has failed to act on any.
And so, at the closed session, we agreed that we will give the president an ultimatum that failing which, if it is not complied with, will move immediately to give an impeachment notice.
Meanwhile, the lawmakers also chanted solidarity songs to buttress their stand. Lawmaker representing Sokoto East Senatorial District Ibrahim Gobi has been named as a new leader of the Senate and by extension chairman of the All Progressives Congress caucus. President of the Senate Ahmed Lawan made this announcement on Wednesday at plenary. He said Senator Gobi's appointment followed receipt of a letter from the national chairman of the APC, Abdullahi Adamu. Gobi is to replace Senator Yahya Abdullahi, who defected to the People's Democratic Party, PDP.
With reference to your letter number NAS 9S/SP/D/12-12 dated 16 June 2022, in which you informed the party of the vacancy for the office of the Senate leader of our party, except here with the party's nomination of Senator Ibrahim Abdullahi Gobir, Sokoto East Senatorial District, as replacement for the Senate leader and chairman, APC Senate Caucus.
In the meantime, the federal government told the senators who threatened to impeach President Muhammadu Buhari within 6 weeks if the current security situation does not improve, that the administration is on top of the matter. Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, said this while fielding questions after the Federal Executive Council meeting presided over by President Buhari at the State House, Abuja. He thanked senators for their concern, but said government is on top of the security situation in the country as steps were being taken to address their anxiety over the current development.
As to those who have issued threats to Mr. President, I think it's more propaganda than anything. It's laughable. As to the resolution passed by Senate, as Radley said, it was passed when we were deliberating. But we thank them for their patriotism and their concern, but we have already, we are working around the clock, 24 hours, to ensure that Nigerians are, the situation is brought under control.
And still talking security, Nasarawa State Government has ordered the immediate closure of both public and private schools as a proactive step to safeguard the lives of students from across the state. This follows security threats across, particularly the Federal Capital Territory, with government already in possession of reports suggesting likely security threats in communities within the state bordering the FCT. The decision to order for the closure of schools across the state was part of the resolution arrived at during an expanded State Executive Council meeting, which took place at the Government House, Lafia. Briefing journalists shortly after the council meeting, State Commissioner for Education, Fatu Sabu, said that the state government decided to close both public and private schools in the state with immediate effect. Gunmen have reportedly attacked a construction company in Owo, Ondo State. Gunshots were heard at the site of Craneberg Construction Company Wednesday evening. In a tweet, the police confirmed that some people were injured during the attack, adding that operatives have been deployed to the scene and victims have been taken to hospital. And to politics now, where the presidential candidate of the Africa Democratic Congress for the 2023 election, Dumebi Kachukwu, on Wednesday, announced Ahmed Buhari as his running mate for the 2023 presidential election. While unveiling his running mate in Abuja, Kachukwu, CEO of Roots TV, lamented the state of insecurity in the country, saying President Muhammadu Buhari has abandoned his duty. Speaking, Ahmed said they have built a blueprint to bring back the lost glory of the nation and to put smiles on the faces of the Nigerian people. The ADC presidential candidate, who called for President Buhari's resignation, described the All Progressive Congress-led regime as deceptive. The ruling APC Reconciliation Committee in the Northwest is holding a series of reconciliation meetings with members of the party ahead of the 2023 elections. Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai and other stakeholders of the party attended the Umaru Musa Yar'Adua Conference Center meeting Tuesday afternoon. The report.
The reconciliatory meeting had in attendance Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai, party leaders and other stakeholders. The National Vice Chairman of the APC Northwest, Salihu Lukman, says as part of strategy to win the election, genuine reconciliation must be achieved for the success of the party in the 2023 election.
Election has taken place internally inside the party. Winners have emerged. There are many people who are aggrieved. And that as a party that is really working to win the next election, it is very clear to our leaders that there is the need to take every step necessary to ensure that aggrieved members are reconciled with the winners and they work together to win the election. This zone is like the heartbeat of politics in Nigeria. Any party that wins this zone is the party that forms the federal government.
Earlier, the Kaduna State Chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC, Emmanuel Jekada, also noted that it is only with reconciliation that the party can be strong enough to face the opposition at the polls.
After the many primaries, we need to build strong ideas and candidates for the main elections. And this could be achieved through a meaningful reconciliatory process, where those who have emerged winners must play a vital role by way of embracing the aggrieved. It is hoped that after the reconciliation process, we should be able to form a strong and a formidable campaign team that will win the heart of our followers.
However, APC governorship aspirant who lost the party primary, Sani Sha'aban, did not attend the meeting. Bello Musa, Trust TV News, Kaduna.
Suspended Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris, will remain in detention as the Federal Capital Territory High Court reserves ruling on his bail application till Thursday. Idris and 3 others are standing trial over alleged 109 billion naira fraud. Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman reports that the trial judge, Justice Adeyemi Ajayi, ruled on admissibility or otherwise of a document tendered by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Report.
The matter is for hearing of motions on bail application filed by defense counsels on behalf of the suspended Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris, and 3 others. Prosecution counsel Rotimi Jacobs, SAN, had opposed the bail application, citing the strength of the charges, cogency of the evidence, and severity of punishment attached to the offense. Defense counsels led by Chris Uche, SAN, however, urged the court to discountenance the position of the prosecution on the grounds that the offense is bailable and the accused have a history of committing themselves to trial, which resulted in their earlier administrative bail by an Abuja magistrate.
The application for bail has been taken today from both sides, both from us, the applicants who applied for bail, and also from the part of the respondents, that's the prosecution, who also opposed bail. And you know, bail is one of the preliminary stages you go through before you get into trial. So we have presented our application before the court, and the court has adjourned the matter for ruling tomorrow.
What we are saying is that there are special circumstances where bail should not be granted in this case, because it's a case that affects the entire nation. It's a case that that has to do with corruption, and that the court should not lightly grant bail in such a case, particularly if you look at the nature and the gravity of the offense.
The parties also argue for and against the admissibility or otherwise of an earlier remand order tendered by the prosecution counsel to support his argument, which the trial judge, Justice Adeyemi Ajayi, granted.
It's an order of the FCT, so the court taking judicial notice of it is provided for under the Evidence Act. The court should take judicial notice of his own order, and that's what it has done.
For now, the accused will remain at the Kuje Medium Correctional Facility pending the determination of their bail application. It was legal fireworks right here at the FCT High Court, where counsels, argue for and against a bail application brought to the court by the defense counsels in a suit involving the suspended Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris, and 3 others on a 14-count charge bordering on 109 billion naira fraud. And of course, the counsels for both, the accused and of course the prosecution counsel extensively argue for and against their submissions before Justice Adeyemi Ajayi, who eventually reserved ruling on this matter until Thursday, the 28th of July, 2022. From the FCT High Court here in Abuja, Nigeria's capital, Shafiu Suleiman, Trust TV News.
You're watching Trust TV News Update. And still to come on the news, story of Adamawa female shoemaker. Details of this and more after the break. Do stay with us. Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us on Trust TV News Update. Now another look at our top stories. President Buhari convenes emergency security meeting as opposition senators threaten impeachment. And African Democratic Congress presidential candidate unveils Ahmed Buhari as running mate for 2023 election. Meanwhile, the Independent National Electoral Commission in Rivers State has insisted that the commission will close continuous voter registration exercise on 31st July. National Commissioner supervising the state, May Agbamuche Mbu, said this during a press briefing at the INEC head office in Port Harcourt. She noted that the collection of PVCs has been low with 7 months to the 2023 general election, urging people of the state to collect their PVCs in good time and not to wait until the last minute.
Low. With 7 months to go to the 2023 general election, we urge the people of Rivers State to collect their PVCs in good time and not to wait until the last minute. The Commission is working hard in its preparations for the 2023 general election and strongly desires that no citizen is disenfranchised and that every vote will count. We are now in the last week of the continuous voter registration exercise, which was previously scheduled to end on June 30th, 2022, as per our timetable, which was contested in court. After the recent court verdict that confirmed INEC's sole power to determine the date of stoppage of the CVR exercise, the Commission decided to extend the period by a further 2 weeks, which will end on Sunday, the 31st of July, 2022. The Commission has also extended the time for registration from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily, including Saturdays and Sundays. INEC has a timetable. I can show you a copy of that timetable. And that timetable tells you, which everybody has. It tells you the day of nomination, the primaries, when it will take place. Nomination is going to come in on so and so day. It also gives you the dates for substitutions and withdrawals. So where there's a withdrawal, the party will have to have a primary.
The Kebbi State government has declared Thursday, 28th and Friday, 29th July as public holidays to enable civil servants of the state to either obtain or revalidate their permanent voter cards. Governor Abubakar Atiku Bagudu gave the approval on Wednesday in a statement signed by the acting head of service, Sefianu Garba, and made available to newsmen in Birnin Kebbi. The governor called on the people of the state to take advantage of the two-day holiday to exercise their civic responsibility so as not to be disenfranchised. Now, Nigeria's economic instability from 2016 to date has made a large percentage of Nigerian businesses to suffer setbacks. However, 25-year-old woman Jummai Zira in Adamawa has taken to footwear business after several efforts were made to further her education, which proved unsuccessful. Silas Lowen had an encounter with Jummai and her apprentices and now reports.
Shoemaking is a business predominantly occupied by men in northern Nigeria. Jummai is helping toward changing perception of many with her 4-year experience in the business. It all started after her graduation from secondary school in 2016. After her attempt for further education proved abortive, Jummai and her apprentice are now busy to meet customers' demand. With her current economic status, Jummai believes she is affecting lives of too many.
Gaskiya da na fara aikin takalmi kan gaskiya na achieving abubuwa da dama. Domin for now, ina fitan yin sana'a na in samu.
I started this business 6 years ago. After I personally realized that I have no one to assist me educationally. I could remember people when I started laughing at me, but now many of those people came here almost on daily basis looking for assistance. With this business of mine, I can proudly say I touch lives of many people with my family as the highest beneficiary.
However, she was quick to point out some of the challenges in the business.
We have many challenges that we need to be assisted on. Currently, I have 5 people learning this job under me. You see, if we can be assisted, we will help in reducing the number of unemployed youth in the society.
Some of her customers speak.
Ita Jummai tana yin takalma masu kyau.
I am her customer. I used to buy her products because they are good. Jummai is a good shoe designer.
The girl is focused on her business. She never cared on what her peers said about her. You know how people can be sometimes.
These are some of the menial businesses that stakeholders believed, if given proper attention, will reduce the high number of unemployed youth in the society. From Yola, Salis Lawan, Trust TV News.
Worried by the continued fall of the naira against the dollar and other currencies, the Senate has resolved to invite the Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Godwin Emefiele to address the upper legislative house. The resolution followed a motion by Senator Olubunmi Adetumbi, representing Ekiti North Senatorial District, at plenary. The report.
Adetumbi noted that the CBN, through its numerous multi-sectoral intervention funds, provided special funds to support critical sectors of the economy. Explained that in view of such interventions, it had become necessary to assess the state of implementation and effectiveness of the funds deployed for that purpose.
The Senate is concerned that the import-export window meant to serve forex needs of business giants has become a rare opportunity that only a privileged few can access.
Lawmakers who contributed to the debate lamented that the US dollar to naira exchange rate has risen to 700 naira. Noted that the leadership of the Apex Bank has questions to answer in that regard.
The Senate is further concerned that, as at yesterday, the exchange rate in the autonomous segment PDC of the foreign exchange market was 670 naira to the United States dollar.
Our currency will continue to be at par with other currencies of the world. And the only way we can access the dollar or whatever currency we want will be determined by other economy, not our economy. Thirdly, Mr. President, nobody will come to Nigeria and invest as at today. No one. No mad person will come to Nigeria and invest.
The Senate, at the end of Wednesday's proceedings, adjourned plenary till September 20th, 2022 for its annual recess.
Now for a look at the foreign scene, where the United Kingdom's National Security Advisor, Stephen Lovegrove, has warned of the growing risk of nuclear confrontation with Russia and China amid a breakdown in the backdoor communication channels that helped maintain the peace during the Cold War. Speaking in Washington, Lovegrove said that the lack of dialogue is taking place at a time when there are not only a broader range of strategic risks, but also more pathways to escalation as a result of advances in science and technology, the proliferation of weapons, and increasing rivalry in areas such as space, citing Russia's invasion of the Ukraine as an example of the fraying Cold War mechanisms. The UK security chief also urged countries to commit to arms control measures, stressing that such agreements were vital in keeping the world safe. And that wraps up Trust TV News Update on this hour. For more news, do subscribe and follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Ibrahim Yusuf. Thanks for joining us.